Salutations, all of my YouTubians, Slayin Saiyans, Cobra Kais, and pumpkins who are smashing. I am Asherella, and this is my channel, Original Asherella. If this is your first time here, thanks for coming by. If it's not, thanks for coming back. I really was planning on uploading a different video today, but it got blocked and I'm working on that, so keep your fingers crossed for me. So today's video, I'm going to be telling you a short little story about the flat earther guy of Cherry Grove Pier. I mentioned it in my last video, and now you guys are going to get to hear a little bit more detail. Before I get into all that nonsense though, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel, leave me a like and a comment, gently, oh so gently caress the notification bell. I don't know what's wrong with me, and I don't know why I'm stumbling around either. I promise I've not been drinking. But follow me on my social media accounts. Okay, so in my last video, my Smashing Pumpkins memes video, I started to tell a story about a flat earther guy that is always at North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, at Cherry Grove Pier, excuse me. And I stopped myself because there is enough to that story for me to make a whole video, and it is totally nonsensical, but really kind of funny. So, if you didn't see the last video, I had mentioned how my family goes to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina for family vacation. We have since I was young. Like, if you grew up in like the southeast United States, it's likely you've been to Myrtle Beach at least once in your life. Over as like my family, like my sister and I have been adults, instead of going to like regular Myrtle Beach where the main strip is, we stay in North Myrtle Beach, which is like a few blocks away. I mean, it's barely even a difference, but it is a little bit more chill. And we always stay at this resort called Prince Resort, and it is right across the street from the Cherry Grove Pier. Now, Cherry Grove is part of North Myrtle Beach. I really like, side note, I really like staying at Prince Resort, because it's a nice place, but I always, I'm an idiot, and not an idiot, I'm just a crazy person, and I always think of it as the Prince of all Saiyans Resort, and I have some photos of me and Vegeta at Prince Resort, but anyway. So my family always stays at the same place, and there is a public parking garage right across from like the resort, and there's a public beach area right there. And so, you know, you get a lot of people on the beach in that area of the beach who aren't staying at the resort. And ever since we started going and staying at this resort, every single time we've been there, in the parking garage is this black Lexus, and it is all done up with these YouTube logos and like hashtag truth or truths. And you know, the first time we ever saw it was like, okay. And then later that day, we're down on the beach and we see this guy with beach chairs with YouTube logos and YouTube truths. And being a YouTubian kind of person myself, of course, I'm gonna take notice. And there's this guy and he's sitting there and, you know, he's talking to some people and they go on, and I kind of like sidle up to kind of hear what this gentleman is talking about. And it turns out that he is a flat earther, like a hardcore flat earther, and he spends all day, every day, sitting on the beach, telling people that the earth is flat and why he thinks the earth is flat. Now, I'm going to tell you guys why he thinks the earth is flat and a few other nonsensical things that he said. But before I do that, I'm going to put up a photo of like his channel. Now, his subscriber count on his channel, you can't see what it is. The guy's name is Robert Forst, by the way. And he's a really friendly guy. I mean, I guess you have to be when you spend all day, every day, sitting on the beach in the same spot, telling people this nonsense. But I have talked to this gentleman several times at this point, and you know, like he's not a jerk. He's not, you know, douchey or anything like that. He's just kind of crazy. And, you know, over the course of the years that I've seen this guy on the beach, I've learned that he used to be a religious fanatic, like that he was like a really hardcore Christian for a while, and that he was also, he's a recovering drug addict. And, I think, people that have like these types of personality traits, especially maybe like recovering addicts, need something to latch on to and obsess over in this way. It just seems so weird that flat earthing is one of them. And I have no formal like psychology or psychiatry education, but that's just my personal, perception and opinion of the situation. Like the earth is not flat, y'all. Like it's not. We know this for a fact. The earth is not flat. The Flat Earth Society, whoever runs their Twitter account is a moron, okay? They like contradict themselves in their tweets. But we're talking about YouTube Truth, and the Flat Earther YouTube Truth Alexis guy today. I could talk forever about the Flat Earth Society and how silly they are. But one thing that Cherry Grove Flat Earth guy likes to mention whenever you're talking to him is that he has met Logan Paul. And we know that Logan Paul came out as a flat earther a few years ago. I personally think the Paul brothers are one of the like ugliest spots on the internet, and it's one of those situations where it's like, man, why can't I become independently wealthy by acting like a jackass? I guess I've never really tried. Maybe I could. But, okay, so this gentleman, Cherry Grove Flat Earth guy, his main reason for thinking that the earth is flat, and I shit you not, guys, like, this is his argument, okay, is that if the earth was round, all of the water would fall off of it. And he has an example. He uses this, like, visual aid, if you will, to prove his point, okay? He has this big, like, shepherd's hook that he'll stick out in the sand at the beach, and this blow-up beach ball globe that he hangs from it, and he will pour, like, a bottle, I don't even know what a bottle is, a bucket or a bottle of water over top of this blow-up globe, and we can visually see this water falling off of the globe. So, his argument is that if the earth was round, all of the water would fall off of it. I am not kidding, y'all. That is why he thinks that the earth is flat. And he was saying something like about how there's like looking out into the ocean, how, there is a wall and like an edge. And okay, if you're not familiar with the geography of the United States, okay, South Carolina is on the East Coast, and it is the Atlantic Ocean that goes all the way over to like European countries, right? Okay, and even if the earth was flat, the edge of that ocean would not be a wall. It would still be like other continents. You know what I mean? Like, I think most flat earthers think that the edge of the earth is like around all the continents, like on the outside, like going around Australia and up around Asia and then like down and around North America, South America, whatever. But like, where do you even start with someone who thinks that that's a logical argument for the earth being flat? Like, this has been something I've been aware of from this gentleman for a handful of years at this point, and like, I still don't know where you would even begin to process how he can think that that is like something that is even the slightest bit feasible. You know what I mean? He thinks that the earth is flat and like shaped like this and all the water just sits in it. Okay? And then he also has a video on one of his channels, and I've heard him say this in real life also, that if the earth was spinning at like over 1,000 miles per hour, that shit would be flying everywhere. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. Like, I don't know where this person went to school. I don't know if they got a public education. I don't know if they have any, like, higher education, any college or anything like that. But even as a very small child in, like, science class, when you're first learning about the solar system and things like that, you know, you really get an idea of the scale of the Earth and how absolutely huge it is, you know what I mean? And so, you know, it's not like you've got a tiny sphere or even a big sphere spinning around at over 1,000 miles per hour if he has no idea or concept of just how vast the Earth is, or how, you know, that sort of idea scales up. And obviously he just has no real concept of gravity or centrifugal force or anything like that either. Yeah, so that's his main argument. I'm gonna pop onto the computer and just give you guys a brief little clippy snip of his channel. And you guys let me know what you think about flat earthers down in the comments.
Okay, guys, so this is Robert Forsch and his YouTube channel, Truth, about flat earthing. I actually picked this video that shows off Cherry Grove. He doesn't really go into, like, flat earth conspiracy. And we're just going to watch a very brief amount of it just so you can see this dude, the flat earth man of Cherry Grove Pier. And his cell phone number is on here, so if y'all want to give him a call, you know, it's right there.
All right, so this is Robert Forsch with the YouTube channel Truth. Wanted to let you know that I'm at the Prince Resort in
The Prince of all
South
Saiyans
Carolina.
Resort.
And the Cherry Grove Fishing Pier is right here, and we're open for business. People coming from all over the world to enjoy the beauty and majesty of creation here.
It is pretty majestic.
The Grand Strand in Myrtle Beach is the most driven to destination in North America.
I didn't know that. Let's skip ahead a bit,
And
shall we?
surf is up.
Think we shall.
How about that? The Myrtle Beach skyline. Can't see much of it because of the moisture. Here's my phone number and contact info. If you
He is putting his shit all out there because he is not afraid
I've been
to
very
defend
busy
his
for years.
flat earth theory.
Wanting to help people make a educated choice on their reality for eternity.
Okay.
Where will you spend it and why?
Probably in the ground.
So is what you believe true?
Yes.
Or is what I believe true?
No.
Is everything we believe actually true? Or are we just told that it's true by people we trusted?
I don't trust that many people, so...
Please explore my playlist and the channel.
That's not really an issue.
Got a lot of content here for you to consider.
All right. We're not going to continue to listen to this, but let me say something real quick. Those... Where are they? Get back up there. Okay. These polarized black Ray-Ban Wayfarers are fly AF. Like, I would love to have that pair of Ray-Bans. Just saying.
Okay, so now everybody knows who the North Myrtle Beach, Cherry Grove, Pier, Flat Earth guy is. Like I said, he has been there every time I've ever been there over the past several years. I don't know what this guy does for a living or like how he supports himself. And I'm curious if he's there just during tourist season or if he goes and sits on the beach during the off season, because I've only ever been there during like normal beach season, like late summer is when my family and I usually go. But yeah, I always see him there. So if you ever go to Cherry Grove, look for that Lexus, look for Prince Resort, and look for that Lexus. Now, this is super, like, I find him entertaining and, like, totally full of bullshit, right? Like, you know, I am a scientist by education, so what he is saying totally offends, like, my sense of sanity, I guess, but that doesn't make it entertaining for us to look at and find entertainment in, if that makes sense. Do y'all know any flat earthers? Do you have any crazy conspiracy theorists in your life? Let me know down in the comments. I'm gonna leave it there. If this is your first time here, thanks so much. Don't forget to subscribe. If you already subscribed, thank you so much. All the outro stuff, leave me a like, leave me a comment, gently caress the notification bell. I'm getting less gentle in my caressing the notification bell. I'm getting a lot more like aggressive with the caressing of the notification bell. But either way, gently or not, caress the notification bell and follow me on my social media accounts. Always tap in and never tap out, and don't forget to keep on slaying like a Saiyan.